Well, you guys, we finished the Trap and Tone Challenge with LASHAE for the month of October. And I think it was great. It was challenging. It was amazing. We are so happy with the results, and we hope that, other people will join in for the next challenge and just try it out and see how you feel. So there is another challenge happening in November, okay? So go to the site, ifyoucanmove.com. The link is down below in my description box, and sign up for the challenge. And don't forget about TLC NutriBurst, and all of the amazing products that they have at TLC. The link is down below to where you can purchase some of those products. I've even gotten my husband into the NutriBurst. I've gotten my husband into the tea, actually, especially if he isn't feeling that great. Sometimes he might have a little stomach issue. He drinks that tea and he feels great like an hour later. So just saying. Don't listen to me though. All right, but yeah, y'all, just wanted to give y'all an update before we started this video, but yay, we finished. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue, and I'm back for another Real Housewives of Potomac. Before I get into it, I would like to ask for everybody to follow my secondary channel, Relax with Blue. It's my ASMR channel, but I am trying to get it monetized, and I'm transferring some content over to that channel to make sure I have backup in case something happens on this channel, because I received 2 copyright strikes in 24 hours because of 90 Day Fiancé screenshots. So if y'all don't get 90 Day Fiancé, that's probably why. I'm still trying to decide whether I'm going to do it or not, because honestly, it's more of a headache than it's worth, and I just don't appreciate the foolishness. I just really don't. So I'm trying to get it appealed. Shout out to Layla Lynn for coming through and giving me the information, and so many other people that reached out to me to let me know what they had to do in the situation. I appreciate y'all so much. This shit is always on, like a learning curve. You gotta just get with it when something happens, but I just want to have the backup. So please, you guys, go and follow my other channel, Relax with Blue. The link to that channel will be down below in the description box. Okay, thank you to everybody who was so supportive in the live last night, gave to my Cash App, my PayPal, signed up for my Patreon account. Thank you so very much. I would like to continue to ask you guys to become Patreon so that if something does happen, you still have access to me, and I will be giving you guys like exclusive content. I haven't been lately with everything that's been going on, but I'm about to like cut out some videos and try to streamline this so that I can do other content as well, because sometimes it's just a lot. But either way, I appreciate everybody's support who are here for me and my personality and what I bring to YouTube. I would appreciate if y'all would follow me away from YouTube eventually, if that has to happen, because things just are always so temperamental here. I'm trying to get on Station Head. There are, a few things that I'm trying to do. Y'all know I also have a podcast. You can search me on all platforms, well, most platforms. So yes, y'all, support, support, support. And now that I've said that, let's go ahead and get into Real Housewives of Potomac. So first of all, this episode starts off where the last one left off. Karen is inquiring about why Jamal seems to only live in Giselle's phone. Whenever, she has an event in Potomac, he is somewhere else in the country. Or if she's out of town, now he's in the Maryland DMV area. You know what I'm saying? It just kind of seems as if the relationship ain't real, y'all. It ain't real, y'all. I don't know. I don't want to say that because you never really know. But something about the relationship seems facetious. Something about the relationship makes me feel like this is 2 people who want to keep their celebrity status where it is. And it would be good for both of them to be on a reality show in one way or another. Now, Jamal isn't on the reality show like that, but I also feel like that's because of his congregation. Like, I think he is a showy, look at me type of person. And I think he and Giselle have that in common. You know what I'm saying? She's a part of his look at me package. Look at the beautiful woman that I've obtained. And she's so used to living that life that I think that it feels better for her to just slide back into that. But I don't know if there is real, romantic feelings. I don't know if there is real passion there, okay? Because I will just always direct your attention back to the hug at the airport. There was no pelvic on pelvic touching. And I know whenever I'm hugging somebody that I'm, touching pelvises with, that we gonna touch these pelvises when we hug goodbye. Okay, so I just look at the situation like, I don't know what's going on there. And especially when Karen brings it to everybody's attention that Giselle is always asking for everybody else's business, all in everybody else's business, but doesn't want to share her own business. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on there? Giselle feels like Karen, herself didn't really want to share her personal life with the ladies unless she's tipsy. And even though I agree with Giselle, I just want to remind her she made a t-shirt when these people had tax problems. She screamed in front of a whole bunch of people that Ray wanted to sleep with Erica Lyles. You know what I'm saying? There's been so many disrespectful, out-of-pocket moments between Giselle and Karen. And I understand why Karen has her foot on Giselle's neck. I think that it is time. It is time for Giselle to be in the hot seat. She's done so many messy things throughout the season, specifically this season. And I know a lot of y'all don't want to admit that, but she definitely antagonized that fight between Candace and Monique. She made that fight worse when the physical fight happened, and she made that fight worse behind the scenes, telling Monique things that Candace was saying, telling Candace things Monique was saying, being messy with Ashley. Everybody's being messy. Okay, but there's nothing messier than Giselle's ponytails. It looks like horsehair. I haven't seen weave that looks like horsehair since the 90s. What is this? Why does it look like hay? You know what I mean? And then, first of all, I know it's not supposed to match, but it makes it look even less neat. That her own hair is not even neatly back into the ponytail. Like, y'all, I did not like her or Robin's hair this entire trip. Why is the roller wrap stiff? Make it make sense. I mean, it was moving, but it was stiff. And I'm trying to understand how you accomplish those two things at the same time. But you know what, Robin? Press on, sis. That's what you got those hats for, so you can cover up this hair. I wish she would cut it again. That shortcut was everything on her. This, you don't know how to maintain, so you need to just let this go. Karen says that maybe when Robin and Juan finally get, engaged or married or whatever, Jamal will show up for that since Robin and Giselle are so close. And I did a panel last night on Scotty's channel, and it was really fun. I put the link on my channel so that y'all will come and see. If some of y'all were in there, thank you. I appreciate it. We had a really good time. But this is the part that I wasn't paying attention to when I watched it the first time before I made my notes. Now that I've actually watched this scene, I want everybody to stop comparing what Kenya did with Cynthia to this situation. First of all, Giselle posted a story on Instagram of her standing outside of a jewelry store. Okay? So to me, if you don't want anybody to know what's going on, stop giving hints. Okay? Another thing, if you don't want Karen to talk about it, why are you talking about it with Ashley? Why are you telling Ashley that Juan is going to propose? How do you know that messy ass Ashley won't give that back to somebody else that will eventually give that to Robin? I'm just saying, like, if you don't want Karen to be messy, then you don't be messy either. That's what annoys me about the situation. Also, Karen doesn't even really know that Juan is going to propose. She was just bringing that up to shade Giselle. And I really don't think that that's going to ruin anything for Robin. Robin is not putting any pressure on Juan, and in all honesty, at this point, I think she's resigned to believe that it may not happen. And if it doesn't happen, then she's been finding the situation thus far. So, here we are with her still living with her ex-husband. Like, I don't understand why everybody's making such a big deal about Juan and Robin getting engaged. They never really broke up. I just want to bring that to everybody's attention, that Juan and Robin never really broke up. They may have had times when they weren't on the same page, but most marriages go through that anyway, okay? You were still sleeping with him, still in the same bed with him. Like, cut it out. If you get engaged, great. But I really want everybody to stop acting like this is the first time this is going to happen, Oh, Karen is going to ruin the surprise for Robin. And it's just kind of like, is she though? Is she though? With asking about it? I don't think so. I really, really don't. And she didn't know any information, so it's not like her asking it was her doing the same thing as Kenya, who actually knew what was going on with Cynthia. She knew that Mike was about to propose, and she said something. Versus Karen that has no idea what's going on. If you're going to be mad at Karen, I need for you to also be annoyed at Giselle for talking about it so much amongst other people if she doesn't want Robin to find out about it. Just saying. So they go to ride the toboggans, which are basically big ass baskets that you get in, and people roll you down a cliff. It looked fun to me, but everybody was scared and nervous. They wanted to make sure they made it back home, and this looks like it might put that in danger. However, like obviously a whole bunch of people do this. It's not that big of a deal. It looked fun to me. But they do the ride. Everybody has a good time. Karen wasn't as scared as everybody thought she would be. Wendy threw shade to Karen's old bones, and I'm just like, girl, at least they are sturdy, because it always looks like somebody beat Wendy in the knees with a bat. Okay, because she's always, you know what I'm saying, she's always crooked. She doesn't have any hips, and she's always wearing A-line skirts. I want her to, you know, like my friend Crystal on here said, okay, shout out to Crystal Brewer. Crystal said, dress for your body, sweetheart. It would behoove you. So then maybe if we can, you know, just have maybe one issue, you know, the brows and the hairline, you know what I'm saying? Your bridges, or whatever you want to call them, okay? Like those things, we focus on that. We focus on the thickness and the abundance of the stiff weave. Listen, it's not always bad, but I just kind of feel like we can do better, okay? And listen, I would normally give someone who has their first season on this show, or any Housewives, reality show, whatever, they always look a little rough when they first come on. My issue with Wendy is that you've been on CNN for a while now. You haven't been looking at yourself. What's going on here? That's all. Listen, y'all, right quick before we get back into Real Housewives of Potomac, I've been putting up my Love and Hip Hop season 1, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta season 1 reviews up on my other channel. And I only did the first 2 so far because I have to go through them and edit them so that they will get monetized on that channel. Because some of those videos were demonetized for music or too much profanity or whatever. I've come a long way. I have come a long way, honey, okay? If you were enjoying my videos way back then, thank you so much, because I feel like I have gotten so much better. The quality of the content is so much better than it once was. But that was also like, what, 2012, 13, 14, somewhere around those years. You know, it's 2020, people. I've grown a lot, and I just wanted to acknowledge that. So thank you all who have been here for the ride, okay? The glow up is real, and it continues on to the break of dawn. So, like I said, they had that ride. Okay, then they go to an open air market, which was beautiful. Something I would love to shoot photography wise. I really would like to go to Madeira just so I can shoot. Like, it's beautiful there. Very picturesque. Would have beautiful pictures of Madeira on my walls. Okay, yes. Candace tells Ashley that she wants to have a little girl while they're out there. And this triggers Ashley, I guess. And this is why I don't like Ashley, because for the rest of the episode, Ashley is going to do the white lady thing. No disrespect to the white ladies who don't do this, but a lot of y'all do. Y'all's, you know, entitlement in this whole world putting you on a pedestal makes you think that people care about your feelings to like a unnatural and an unhealthy extent. Ashley, Candace has apologized so many times for what happened between the two of y'all. Why are you jumping off the damn deep end once again with this, oh, she was so mean to me and she didn't believe me when I said I was trying to get pregnant? Who the hell cares? I don't understand why Ashley is so, you know, hurt. Why she was hurt from the beginning by anything that Candace had to say about her. Y'all were not real friends. So what difference does it make? Okay, so she said your old ass husband was fake crying. So what? Like, I just kind of feel like I don't know why people get so hurt behind bullshit. It's mess. Candace just runs her mouth because she's unhappy in her own life. In one way or another, Candace is unhappy, so she likes to focus and poke at other people. Ashley, you did the same thing. You're not 100% happy with that old man and his old man balls. So what do? You focus on Monique's situation. You focus on Robin's situation. You focus on Karen's situation. And you would focus on Giselle's situation if she wasn't the bully, the boss on the show. I mean, let's be real. Everybody basically allows for Giselle to pull their strings. She gets to do it, and everybody else has to just deal with it. So she's the only person that nobody really goes after, with the exception of Karen. Karen is the only one that has the wherewithal, the etiquette, and the shade level to go at Giselle's neck the way she does. And you have to go at Giselle's neck in such a nice, nasty way, because otherwise she'll play victim. So you almost have to throw the shade over her head, okay, in order for her to be like, oh, that bitch shaded me. Because if not, she'll be like, oh my God, why are you shading me? You know what I'm saying? Like, while simultaneously talking bad about you in your whole life. Giselle checks Karen about bringing up Robin's engagement. I was like, okay, so I see we're going to make mountains out of molehills because Monique is not there for y'all to argue with. The funny part about it is, I know a lot of y'all don't like Monique, or y'all disagree with me on feeling like both people were at fault in the altercation. I don't really care. This is a reality show. I want to be entertained, and I find it not as entertaining that Monique wasn't there. Even if it was uncomfortable and we had to have some arguments, it would have been entertaining. Now we have y'all on this episode trying to find something to do to make it entertaining when the person who you guys view as the antagonist is not there. Either way, Karen says, oh, so the engagement is coming, you know, because she's like, what if it does happen? You don't want to ruin that for her, and all of this and all of that. So before dinner, Ashley and Giselle talk at the bar. And because Giselle is the perpetual sorority girl, she wants to initiate Wendy by going upstairs to Wendy's room and putting bugs and fake snakes and things of this nature in her bed and popping out of her closet to scare her. And I'm just wondering, when did you do this to anybody else? Everybody else you treat like, you know, shit on the bottom of your shoe in order to initiate them. You start arguments with them. Instead, you're going to scare Wendy? This is what y'all are doing because Monique isn't there? All right. Say what you will, y'all. But this is what they come up with to entertain us, because there's no real conflict happening. Giselle then takes this time to tell Ashley about Juan proposing to Robin. And that's when I was just like, I thought it was a secret. The ladies go to a beautiful restaurant with a stunning view, might I add. Giselle asks Wendy if she has talked to her husband and how he feels about her going on this trip. And basically she says her husband is happy for her. She only sleeps 2 hours a night. She needs a damn break. I'm like, really? From 2 to 4? That's the only time you sleep? Child, y'all could be out here not taking care of yourselves all y'all want to. But if you have too much shit to do to where you can only get 2 hours of sleep, you need to take some of that shit off your list. Candace tells the girls that listening to them talk about their motherhood and torn anuses, things of this nature, makes her feel like she's ready to have a daughter. And after what she went through with Monique, she finally realizes that she can be a mother to a child or children. And listen, I'm happy that Candace has come to this conclusion. My problem with Candace, I feel like Candace is going to turn into her mother, and she's not going to stop herself from turning into her mother. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know that this is what's going on, but you're still going to do it anyway. And that's really tiring to me. But I am happy that she wants to have kids, because I know her husband wants to have kids. I don't understand how her fight with Monique made her feel like she could have a baby. That's the hardest thing you've been through in your life. Your childhood, your mother, the divorce, your dad being absent, and you treating him like he was the better parent, even though he obviously wasn't there the way your mother was. I mean, he didn't even financially support you the way your mother did. Either way, like, I'm like, so all of that wasn't hard. But a fight with Monique, I know a lot of y'all don't understand this because y'all have been protected so heavily from the world, and I get that. That's great for you. But a lot of other people grew up feeling like fights amongst people in your neighborhood or at school or whatever are just a part of life, and they happen. But it's not the biggest trial or tribulation you will have ever gone through in order to make you feel like I made it over. I know I can be somebody's mama now that Monique has hit me upside the head. I don't understand how those two things go together. However, whatever, you know, I'm happy for whatever good things happen for Candace, because I like Candace, but I really want Candace to get herself clear before she becomes Dorothy. Ashley decides to bring up how it's funny that now she wants to tell everybody she's having a baby. And Ashley's like, babe, look, I love you. I want to support you, but I want to do that in an honest way. And I can't do that without saying I'm still feeling some type of way about the way that you came at me and Michael when we were trying to have a baby. And I was just kind of like, Ashley, what does that have to do? I know, to me it's so stupid. You know what I'm saying? And we were having this conversation on the panel, and a lot of people feel like Ashley is trying to find something to be upset with Candace about. That's why we're revisiting this situation, so that she can have a reason for writing this witness statement for Monique against Candace in this whole case situation. And I'm open to that. I also feel like it's a lot of things. Ashley doesn't really see it for Candace after everything that's happened. She wants to help Monique because Monique has helped her in the past. And also, if she can be petty and get back at Candace, she will. I feel like Candace and Ashley are both the same type of person. Even though I feel like Candace has been apologizing and trying to be the bigger person all season, I do agree with that. I still feel like she says such messed up things to people. It's sometimes hard for them to then try to be friends with somebody who doesn't seem to really want to, fix it. It's like, yeah, I'm sorry because I was wrong and because y'all bullied me into the apology, but not really because I meant it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like there are a number of times that Candace has apologized and hasn't really meant it, but she's been bullied into it, so she doesn't. And right now, I think Ashley is trying to get another apology out of Candace, and I wish she would stop. I really do. I like that Giselle and Robin brought up how Ashley was in the past. Like, you were just like Candace, coming out of your mouth, saying any old thing to anybody. And Robin was like, I would implore you to remember how you came after me and my family. You did that, bitch, okay? You went in on me and Wine and what we doing. I mean, child, we all did. But the point still remains that that's what happened. So now that Candace is doing that to you, understand that there needs to be some forgiveness and you need to deal with that on your end, because everybody else had to deal with it on their end when you did the same thing a couple of years ago, And even though I agree with Giselle, I hate her ponytail, and I want her to get that same action. You talking this shit about, do you remember how you were? Giselle, you never take responsibility for how nasty and mean and how many low blows you've thrown towards people. I mean, the damn t-shirt towards Karen is still one of the most messed up things you could have did to somebody. And I also feel like you used to pick on Karen because not only did you, I feel like, was low-key a little jealous of Karen's lifestyle and having a husband that had money who was taking care of her, and you probably was going through your little struggle days. That's why you got your ass on this show. But I feel like you went after Karen with like malicious intent. And the fact that you turn around now and expect for everybody to be on the up and up, it just annoys me about Giselle, because there's never really been any reconciliation or checkage or hot seat sitting for Giselle's ass. So point out Ashley's shit, recognize your own. Candace once again apologizes, and I'm glad that she did, because I felt like, just apologize. Throw that shit out there, whether you mean it or not, but just say it. And let's move on. But if this conversation comes up again, I'm not going to want Candace to apologize again. I'm just telling y'all right now. I barely wanted her to apologize this time because she's already apologized for this shit, Ashley. Either you're going to get over it or you're not going to get over it. I don't understand why you can't just be like, I'm helping Monique because I want to help Monique. It's no shade to you. Even if I do feel some type of way, that's my friend. I want to help my friend, and that's it. When they get back to the hotel, Giselle, Ashley, and Robin go to sneak the bugs in Wendy's room. When Wendy gets to her room, the girls jump out of the closet, then they laugh, then they leave, and then when she is getting ready to lay in the bed, she finds all the bugs and the snakes, and they're in the other room watching her on a monitor, and she's screaming, and it's supposed to be this big laugh, but it's corny. It's corny, and it's what you do when, somebody like Giselle is trying to orchestrate and produce something for this damn show that's supposed to be entertaining and funny and light, and really it's just childish and stupid, and we're wondering why it's happening and what went on the cutting room floor so that this could live. The next day at the pool, they go through Robin's pictures, Giselle and Robin. And she likes everybody's pictures with the exception of Karen. And they put 2 pictures up of Karen. One with her head down, which, yeah, that wasn't a good angle for her. But the other picture was when she was talking to somebody. You could tell that she was sitting against that wall having a conversation because she was looking up at somebody. And I feel like somebody took a screenshot of that and you're trying to act like that was one of the real pictures that were taken. You mean to tell me out of all the pictures you took of Karen, there wasn't one picture that was better than the two that we saw? Another time when I feel like y'all are just trying to create drama, Robin, trying to create something, to create some type of, division or some uncomfortable moment at a dinner table. Like, I see y'all. This shit is stupid. Like, really? You couldn't find one good picture of her out of all of them? You really think that Wendy's pictures look that much better than Karen's, even though Wendy's weave was like astray under the wig? Like, I'm just like, whatever. It's just foolishness. And then Giselle is like, well, this is about business, and Karen is a businesswoman. She understands, if you don't use her. I'm like, child, please. Y'all know that's about to create a damn issue. That's why I don't care that Karen brought up, Juan proposing to Robin in front of everybody. Oh, ruin a surprise. So the hell what? So the hell what? Robin has come for Karen so many times. Like, it's not a big deal. And it's definitely not a big enough deal for me to care about it. Then they proceed to do even worse shit to Karen by saying in the confessional that Karen has said before she doesn't like Ray's peen. Why did you need to say that on television? Why did you need to say that in the confessional? That has nothing to do with you. Y'all, I'm a grown-ass woman, and we're all grown, and we all have husbands, we all have men, we all have ups and downs in our relationships and in our sex lives, okay? Every time that you have sex isn't going to always be great, especially if y'all are not connecting on an emotional level. So the fact that these two grown women would bring that up on television, like they would be okay if somebody brought that up about their man, I just kind of felt like that was trash of Robin. And I will continue to not feel sorry whenever Karen throws shade Robin's way and hits Giselle on the way, because I feel like you say and do unnecessary shit to Karen. Like, this was so out of pocket to me. Like, why would you say that? You know what I mean? Like, why is that a part of the conversation? What the hell does that have to do with Karen in these pictures? I mean, Karen has been very vocal and open about her relationship with Ray. And, when I had to step up for my man, I didn't know how or what to do, but I did it. And it took a while, and we had to go to therapy. But you know what? Ray finally showed me some appreciation and said that he was thankful for the way I came through for him. Okay? And now we are in a much better place. Okay? So she's already let y'all in on her life a number of times just throughout this trip. I don't understand why they have to keep digging into her personal shit with Ray as if it has something to do with them. Like, are we going to talk about, Robin and really dig into the fact, when have you and Juan really been having sex? Because the streets talk. Are we going to discuss that? Is somebody going to throw that in their confessional that Juan has been out here trick-or-treating that dick to everybody? I mean, Karen and Candace talk about Candace's growth and how Karen is still trying to be supportive and tells her she saw how she handled Ashley, and instead of, hitting her with a low blow like she did the last time they got into it, she just apologized, drank her drink, and kept it pushing. And I appreciated that about Candace. And I like the fact that Karen took this moment to tell Candace that, which is why it annoys me that she still will find issue with Karen no matter what. Like, I feel like Karen is trying so hard to still be her friend. And the fact that Candace is so immature, she cannot handle that you have a friend who is now still friends with your ex-friend. You can't handle that. And that is very childish, Candace. I'm sorry, but it is very childish. Get over it. Get over it. And I'm not talking about the fight specifically. I'm just talking about get over this need for Karen to completely ostracize Monique in order for you to feel supported. Ashley joins Robin and Giselle down by the pool, and they discuss that Ashley is about to write this statement for Monique. And Robin and Giselle, of course, are not happy about this. And they both feel like she's just doing this to get back at Candace. And she is helping Monique assassinate Candace's character. And they would have liked for her to say something good about Monique instead of saying something bad about Candace. Ashley feels like, listen, I'm not about to get up here and lie. Everything I'm about to say is what happened to me. I'm giving a character statement. This is not about the actual fight, but it is more so about the fact that you cannot play a victim when you have yourself threw a butter knife at somebody in a similar drunk ass Real Housewives setting. Okay, if Ashley wanted to take that shit to court, I'm sure Candace would have felt a way about it. She would have felt like it was too much. And all, I mean, honestly, I don't know if you could have taken that shit to court. At the end of the day, you was in that lady house. I'm still not mad at Candace from throwing that butter knife at Ashley. You should have got out of her damn house, your aggravating ass. Okay, but I still feel like that's why I didn't like the fact that Candace took this legal, because I feel like you just trying to get money out somebody and you mad that you got your ass whipped. So this is your way of getting back at Monique, because you can't handle the fact that the fight happened and now that should have been it. And y'all should have been able to talk about it and either get past it or talk about it and, you know, have some space for a little while. But taking it to court, I think, escalated it. But now that Monique is using what is at her disposal, which is Ashley, because she protected Ashley when there was video of him ass grabbing in the basement. I always felt like Monique was lying about that, and that Monique really was protecting Ashley and Michael, and I didn't understand why, but that's her friend. And now I've seen that that was a long game decision, because now you're gonna write this character statement, and I'm sure that that was a part of the reason why the judge felt like, I'm not about to have you housewife bitches in my courtroom acting like, you know, y'all antagonizing and messing with each other until y'all get into a fight is worth my court time. This is what y'all are getting paid to do. So at the end of the day, figure that shit out on your reality show. Don't bring that shit into the courtroom unless somebody is really, to me, hurt. That's just how I feel about it. And I don't feel like anybody was really hurt. I've gotten beaten up worse. I've got jumped by people, all of that. And it never was in my mind to call the police. In all honesty, I remember I was getting jumped. The police rolling by was the only thing that got them off of me. The police rolling by. Okay? The police rolled by and I was able to gather my shit and get back to the car. When I got to the car, I saw that they was fighting with my girlfriend at the time. So I jumped in the fight in the parking lot. Like, oh, this was a long day. It was a long fight. That bitch was some bad. Hoes be hating on me so hard. Because I don't do nothing to nobody and they just, you know, be about that rah-rah shit for whatever reason. Like, bitch, I don't even know you. Why are you coming up to me with all of this crazy shit, you big ass, lanky, grasshopper looking broke bitch? Anyway, I'm still upset about that fight because it was unnecessary. I don't even know you. You mad because I'm talking to somebody else that you know. It ain't even about them. Okay, it's a friend of mine. I'm asking about somebody else and you think I'm trying to holler at her. Get your insecurities together, you man in the face looking at. Look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Took me back 10 years. I'm sorry, y'all. God ain't through with me yet. Either way, I just kind of feel like it didn't have to get to this court level. You know what I'm saying? But once it has gotten there, because that is Candace's right, that is anybody's right to sue someone once you put your hands on them. That is perfectly understandable. What I don't like is that now everybody's going to be upset at Ashley and Monique for going about the counter-sue the way they are, when it's like, so what do you expect for me to do? Just lay down and take it? No, I'm not doing that. And I don't think that anybody should lay down and take frivolous lawsuits. This is a frivolous fucking lawsuit, and that's just how I feel about it. You got into an argument. You got into a fight. Nobody ran up on you and attacked you. Y'all was in each other's face, and you got dragged because you asked for it. Not to say that that was the right thing. Monique was wrong. And that's why if you get sued, you get sued. But you got a good enough lawyer that you will get out of the situation like all of the white people that get out of it on Real Housewives all the time. Okay? They don't even take it to that level. But I'm just saying, stop making it a character. To me, I feel like y'all are assassinating Monique's character with the way y'all coming at her about this fight. Like saying that she's not a good example to her daughter. Saying that she doesn't deserve to be on that platform now. When there are a whole bunch of white housewives who have pulled hair and done drugs all in the same episode. And I don't see all of that. They don't deserve to be where they are because of those things. So, I mean, I honestly see it from a different perspective that has absolutely nothing to do with the Candace versus Monique thing that everybody's stuck on. I keep telling y'all, I still follow them both. I still like Candace's pictures. I like Candace, okay? I feel like in real life, Candace would be somebody that I would probably go and have lunch with and shade people with. She's a ball, okay? But I would also, we wouldn't even probably be able to hang together too much because as soon as I feel shade, I'm coming right back at you and you sensitive. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Candace can dish it sometimes, but she can't take it. And I'm somebody like, oh, we gonna shade each other then. Oh, don't do that. Because if we start shading each other, bitch, I will hurt your feelings, okay? But I do like her. You know what I'm saying? I think she is an intelligent young woman, just like I think about Monique. I just think this is something that got out of hand and the drinks was flowing and then they started throwing. But y'all gonna be mad about it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But I want Robin and Giselle to leave Ashley alone. This is the decision that she's made. Whatever the reason is, it doesn't even matter. Like, that's my friend. I'm doing a statement for her because she did a statement for me. That's it. That's all. And if Candace is upset about that, so be it. Ashley don't really care about Candace's friendship like that. They're not really friends. They're not even really cool. So it doesn't even matter. We're making nice because this is our job and we're on a show together. But ultimately, I don't like you, you don't like me, and it doesn't matter whether you are upset with me or not. That's what Ashley's saying. But yeah, y'all, that was Real Housewives of Potomac. Hope y'all enjoyed. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Don't forget to subscribe to my other channel. I love y'all. See y'all in the next one.